Greetings, this is Yasha Ben Israel for the Yasha Ben Israel Show, the place where we prance through the fog just to glance through the smog, the place where we talk about things that they don't want you to know and things that people are afraid to talk about. On this week's episode, I have something really good for you. I thought it would be good to have a female perspective when we're talking about dating, relationships, and interactions between African American males and females. And today, my guest is none other than Sunshine Huldah Israel. Sunshine Huldah Israel, are you there?
I am here, present.
All right.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, cool. Just sit back, relax, and then just go with the flow, So, how will we start this out? I guess we'll start this out with me talking about how we led to this point. I was sharing some videos and sharing some of my content. And Sunshine Hilda let me know that she enjoyed the content. But she also has some critical things to say about some of the content. And it sparked an inbox conversation that I thought would be very interesting. And I thought that that the public would like to hear or should need to hear the type of dialogue that me and women have. We have a wonderful exchange. People would think that I am some type of hardcore chauvinist. Some people would think that I hate women and something like that. But when you get to talk to me and when you get to analyze the things that I'm saying, you'll get to understand that that's not the case.
Right.
You see?
I agree.
That's not the case. So,
Do you want to go back to our conversation that we had, or?
Yeah, we can go back to that.
Can you pull it up?
I couldn't pull it up because I got two different systems going. And one system is me and you talking, and I have another recording mechanism. So both.
Okay, I can go back to it.
All right.
You want me to?
I'll tell you one thing that I would like to talk about.
Okay.
Here's what I think that a lot of females are, and not only females, but just us in general, are westernized.
Okay.
I use the term heathenized because it sounds worse. Because it's a bad situation, okay? And,
it can be.
And being that we are heathenized, I am an Israelite, and there's a lot of concepts in the Israelite community that even inside the community, people get wrong, okay? One of the concepts is like, say for instance, females think, when you say words like virgin, okay, a female would think that, like when the scripture talk about the pureness of virginity, females want to not see the double standards there. You understand what I'm saying? They want to look at that being something that's for them as well as men. But when you look at the Hebrew terms, and like for virgin, a man could never words like virgin, whore, things like that. Those are terms that cannot be given to men. A man can't be a whore. A man can't be a virgin. They just can't. Even a newborn baby. What do you think about that?
I disagree.
Based on what, though?
Because a virgin is a person that has not experienced sex physically. So a boy, I have a son. He's 15. He's not experienced sex physically. He don't know what to do, and that comes over a period of time with experience. So he is considered a virgin, just like my daughter that's 16 that has not ever experienced sex. She don't know what to do, what to expect, because she's new.
Okay.
Just like my son, he's new.
Okay,
I do disagree.
So when based upon your disagreements, it's obvious that you speak English because we're talking English, correct?
Right, we talking English. Yeah, I'm not talking like Hebrew or biblical, like you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking about, what is in reality, what it is.
Yeah, the reality is
just like she's new at sex. They never had it before, so they fresh.
Yeah. I think the reality is that in English, that definition probably could fit. Okay?
Right.
But
exactly.
But keep in mind that this English society, in this English society, because this English society came from England, a whole nother English society which don't live the same way that this English society does. But we're talking about in this English society. This English society has knowledge, intellect, and information that was established by societies that existed prior to this. And the concept of being a virgin and things like that in European societies was not important at all until they were introduced to the Abrahamic faith. This is what I'm stating. And
a lot of things weren't important to them. They, like you said, they heathenized.
Right, they were heathen. And when they came, and when they were introduced to the Abrahamic faiths, okay, a virgin in the Abrahamic faiths was never, ever, ever considered a man. Okay? And we can look at the sentence structure just in the Hebraic language. The Hebrew word for virgin is a batula. Okay? A batula. That is a feminine word. Okay? And when you're talking in a gender-based language, you would never, ever use feminine words in reference to a man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Spanish is also a gender-based language. So,
right.
Yes,
so,
I understand.
And I do get where you said that, and I did hear where you said that you were not talking about the Hebrew languages and the Hebrew culture. You were talking about this American culture. So I just wanted to let you know that my premise comes from a much more older, much more established culture. And in the biblical culture, in the God culture, a man could never be a virgin. Now, when we're looking at the word for whore, okay, in Hebrew, that particular word is a word, it comes from breaking the Zana laws in Hebrew, okay? And when you look at the word whore in Hebrew, it is hazuna, which is zuna, where Zana has become feminine. You understand? So when you're talking about hazuna, you're never talking about a man. You're talking about, those are, in the gender-based language, those are feminine adjectives. You understand what I'm saying? And feminine adjectives, when you're talking in that language, in any gender-based language, when you're using feminine adjectives and nouns and things like that, you are basically talking to a woman. You could tell by looking at the Hebrew language whether somebody is talking to a man or a woman. And in every instance, when the term whore and virgin is used, they are used in in feminine adjectives and in feminine nouns. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they could have never been referred to as that. Now, I would say there's no, in English, the word virgin is a neutral adjective, okay? But the word whore is still a feminine adjective. You understand? Whore has never, ever, ever, ever been used in the proper context of the English language to refer to a man. Now, the proper term in English to refer to a man would be whoremonger.
Right.
Not whore. Whore lover.
Right.
So a man could never be a whore. He could be a whoremonger, a trick, a John, a simp, or something of that nature. But he can never. A who?
A freak?
A freak, yeah. And I say freak. I would agree with freak. But freak to me would fall in the line of simp. Because anytime to me a man is led by his lower nature, he's a weak man. And to me, a simp is a weak man. Do you agree that a man being led by his lower head, a smaller head over his bigger head, wouldn't you agree that that's a weak man?
Yeah, because a woman, like we was discussing before, and I'm not trying to offend any women or anything like that.
Hey, beat them up, because if they need to get beat up, they need to get beat up. And look, because I'm not gonna hold back for these men.
It's some women that are premeditated scoundrels and scandalous. So they, might have a motive or intention to trick that man into something
to
with her vagina.
Yeah.
So if that's her motive and she knows that he is weak in that area, she could do whatever she wants with him.
That goes back to something that I always told men, that a woman, if you a sucker, a woman will play you all the way on out. She'll play you for the sucker that you worth.
If she's that type of woman.
Well, all women are going to test the man.
No,
test his boundaries.
But they can test them, but that don't mean that they are necessarily play them. Because I'm a good woman. I wouldn't, even though I know a man might be weak, I'm not going to exploit his weakness because that's just not my nature. But if a woman is that way, like I said, she's a scandalous woman, then she going to go ahead and do whatever she want with the dude and leave him out there for dead. Yeah. I know a few. Some of them is my friends. I ain't gonna lie. So
yeah, I can believe that.
so yeah. So if he is, vulnerable in that way, that's bad. That's bad. He needs to work on his crown chakra.
I want to talk about something real quick about me being a chauvinist, or me being. Well, I have no problem with being called a chauvinist. I do have a problem being called a misogynist or a woman hater. I have a problem. A chauvinist, I don't have a problem being called that, because that basically, a chauvinist is really nothing more than a harbinger for a group. And the word chauvinism came from a French soldier whose name was Chauvin, and he was very, very enthusiastic about what the French was doing and being a part of the French army. And he was so enthused that he did stuff that people had to get paid for lots of money. He did it for free because he was so much a harbinger for this particular organization. See, so the origins of chauvinism had nothing to do with women. It had something to do with a man being fanatical about a particular group. Okay? Now, this is why they say male chauvinist. They put male in front of it. So that means a man who is fanatical about manhood. Okay? I have no problem with being labeled that. But when a person labels me a misogynist or a woman hater or things like that, I have an issue with that, because It is out of the love that I have for African American women that I make this type of content. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Are you with me?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. It is
I have a lot of background noise, so I muted myself.
all right. It is for the love of African American women. When I see African American women mistreating men, mistreating other women, because African American, if you've seen the video that I passed you, it showed women in there fighting each other, beating up on each other, competing against each other, taking their friends' mans. It is that type of stuff that I am against. And I think any person in their right mind should be against that. Wouldn't you think so?
Of course. Of course. That's not right. You know, we supposed to, like we was talking about it earlier, we supposed to treat people like how we want to be treated. So, mistreating your friend or double crossing your friend to be with her boyfriend or man, she wouldn't want that. She wouldn't want you to do that. So why are you doing it to her?
Yeah.
You know, why are you fighting? That's just silly.
I think that
especially over a dude. If it's over a dude, that's really crazy.
one of the reasons why I go hard on women over men is because women are the maintainers. They have the power in relationship. Okay? If a man come to holler at you and you don't like him, then there is no relationship. Can't no relationship exist. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I know firsthand.
So women,
I get a situation now like that. Go ahead.
Women are the maintain with unless a man can be of some type of benefit to a woman. Okay?
Right.
This is called Briffelt's Law. And unless a man can be of some type of benefit to a woman, and this is not even in the human hierarchy of the animal kingdom. This deals with all animals. Unless the male can be a benefit to the woman that she can benefit from, won't no relationship exist. And that is
firsthand.
Yes, that's exemplified simply by when a man come and holler at a woman. If she don't like him, then no relationship is ever going to start. Okay? So, being that woman is the power of the relationships, I have to get on them. Because can't no relationships exist without them.
Wait, hold on. It takes two to tango, though. Come on now.
Yeah. But, I mean, it takes two to tango. You understand? But in this reality, okay, I'm not talking about what black people was doing 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago. I'm talking about in this dispensation. The man can be as fucked up as he want to be. But the woman carries the relationship. It's sad that it's that way. But the woman, you've always heard that the woman is the backbone of the relationship. Meaning that the relationship is going to last up until she get tired of the bullshit. If she don't never get tired of the bullshit, then the relationship will just last. You understand? Men has always been Rolling Stones. This is what I'm trying to say. Men has always had children by multiple women. And it has always been accepted. Okay?
That's true. You're right.
These things are the norm.
Like R. Kelly says, when a woman fed up, ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
You know?
So, but what I'm trying to say is that no matter what the man has done, when the man, there's been instances where the man has had multiple families, multiple marriages. I'm talking about organized, and the family structure has went well. Okay. The problem didn't get messed up until the woman decided to move out of her feminine frame and to want to do what the man was doing. And it was that which caused the dysfunction.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, see, but you're talking about a lot of stuff that we got to unpack. So
We can unpack it. That's what the show. Hey, that's what the show is for.
Structure. See, you talking about a lot of stuff at one time, and you can't.
Well,
basically, break one thing down at
basically, I'm stating that in this dispensation of time, it is the woman that is responsible for the dysfunctional families. This is what I'm stating.
Oh, come on now, bro.
Okay, let me give you an example. And you can disagree. You know, I don't require yes men and yes women. You know that. I like the disagreements because it allows me to expound. Okay? When we look at the Bible, we look at the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Are you familiar with that?
Wait. Of course.
Okay. One of the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 30th verses. Keep in mind, this is a curse. This is the first 15 verses deal with the blessings of Israel if they follow what the Most High said do. And the remainder, after the 15 verses, deal with the curses that will fall upon Israel when they don't do what the Most High said do. Now, in the 30th verse, which is after 15, which deal with the curses, okay, one of the verses said, a man, now this is a curse from God. This ain't no blessing. He said, a man shall take a woman, and another man shall lie with her. A man shall build a family, a house, but he won't be able to live in it. A man shall plant a vineyard, and he won't be able to eat from it. Why is this? Because when the man had taken another woman, another man has slept with her. Okay? This man has built a family. He probably took this woman's virginity, probably had kids with this woman. You dig? They just started out with a house, a family, trying to set up a family, and another man is going to sleep with your woman to break up that family. Ain't that what the scripture said? I'm just saying, not what I said. Ain't that what the scripture said?
Yes.
Okay, now being that that's what the scripture said, a man was being a man. He took the woman. He established the family like the man was supposed to do. But another man came in and took his family, took his kids. You dig what I'm saying? It's basically, this scripture is so devastating that it talks about the dysfunction of the black family. Okay? And this cannot happen unless that woman, because this can't happen until that woman opened her legs up for man number two. And this sad because I think that black men deserve families. I think that black men deserve wives. You understand what I'm saying? I think that the black man should have a patriarch. He should be the patriarch of his family. And when he died, that his legacy is spread throughout his family. I think that all men deserve that. But in America, the black man can't have that. How many men marry the women that they took their virginity from?
I don't know.
None. Almost little to none. And you know that. You know that almost every woman that get married has not married the first.
I can't say that. I can't say.
I didn't say all. I said you know that almost all of the women that has gotten married.
I can't say almost because I can't say that.
Well, I can. I can because almost every wedding that I've been to in the last 10 years, only 3 of those weddings were those women were virgins. I know, and some of the weddings I've been to, I know men that have plucked your woman before you did. What happens in a case like that? I know it. Now, if you don't know it, maybe you have not did your investigation on the case. I have. And this is the reason why when people go get married, if it's not the way that the scriptures say, I don't even go to their wedding. Because I don't support it. I don't support it because I know it's going to fail. And in America, over half of the marriages, 60-70% of the marriages that are filed end in divorce. That's over half.
Well,
and hold up. I can only speak
for myself.
Right, that's over half of the people that get married in the divorce. Now, let's talk about the divorces. In these divorces, over 80% of all divorces are filed by women. Which tells me that woman didn't want man number one. For whatever reason. And that causes dysfunctions in families because it causes kids to grow up without their daddy. And it's a very devastating thing for a child to grow up without his father.
Okay, you gotta let me speak.
And you gotta talk louder because your voice is going kind of low and it's not going to be heard on the recorder.
I said you gotta let me speak.
Go ahead, speak. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Okay. I can't speak for all of the women that filed for divorce. I can only speak for myself. And my first marriage did not work because my first husband, first of all, was an adulterer. He did not provide, like, since we're talking biblically, he did not provide food, clothing, shelter, and he was providing conjugal to everybody. Okay? He was on drugs, and every other day it was something. Every other day my car was getting towed. Every other day the police was at my house because he was fighting with the police. Every other day some girl was calling my house. Every other day it was something. It got to a point where my son drowned in the tub under his watch.
Did he die?
No, thank goodness.
Praise the Lord.
So I can't speak for them, but for my situation, I'd rather, divorce him than to have my children going through that dysfunction just to say the man is in the house with them.
Okay, but at the
the man that's in the house with them,
at the end of the day, who filed for the divorce?
But if the man in the house with them is toxic,
yeah.
What benefit is that going to be for them just to say that he's in the house with them?
But I get that, but we going by statistics, okay? And what I'm stating is that who filed for the divorce, you or him?
I filed.
Okay, great. And that goes back to what I'm stating. It does go back because I said for whatever reason.
Okay,
I did state that.
But it's a valid reason.
It may be a valid reason.
I'm not going to allow my children
to grow up
in the dysfunction just to say that he's in the house with them. That don't make no sense. But what you're saying is don't make no sense.
Well, it makes sense because what you're stating is a valid reason. But what I stated was irregardless of the reason. The fact is,
but you can't do that though. But you can't do that because you're putting absolutes on what could be foolishness. You're trying to put absolutes on what could be foolishness, and we just can't have foolishness now.
Foolishness is for whatever reason y'all break up. When people taking statistics on divorce, they don't care what y'all break up for. They looking at They looking at the amount of divorces filed and what gender filed these. They ain't looking at the reasons. Okay? They're not looking at the reasons.
But even in biblical, like we spoke about earlier,
in biblical times, she didn't
walk away.
In the biblical times, she didn't even have the right to walk away. She didn't. In biblical times, there's only 4 reasons that we were talking about earlier.
And that's what I was talking about.
Right. So what I'm stating is whether you had the right to leave or not, you still, as a woman, filed the divorce. And that's something that you can't run from. Whether it was for a good reason, whether for a bad reason.
Okay.
The woman.
Okay, I found it. I never said I didn't file it. But it doesn't matter. I own up to filing it.
Right,
okay,
and it goes back to what I'm saying at the beginning, that a relationship cannot be maintained. It cannot exist if the man is not a benefit to the woman. The woman holds the power in the relationship. And like you said, it goes back to R. Kelly. When a woman is fed up, there's nothing you can do about it. Which means that when the woman is fed up, this is when this relationship ends. Because I want to let you know something. And I don't know whether you know this or not, but when a man really, really loves a woman, ain't nothing gonna make him leave that woman. Nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I have a friend of mine right now. He just died about a month ago. A little over a month ago. Okay? Guy was very talented. Made lots of money. But he was on drugs. You understand what I'm saying? This guy was on drugs. And he put his wife through all of the shit that a dope fiend gonna put their wife through. Okay? I got a call from the brother. We talked for a couple hours, like I do with all my friends. The next day, I got a call that this brother was dead. Okay, what did that got to do with anything, Yasha? His wife never divorced him. His wife never separated him from his kids. And his wife dealt with the situation. What I'm stating is that just because he was on drugs, the woman still got rid of the man. Wasn't gonna never leave. There's women out here that would cheat on their man, and their man would love their woman so much that they would keep that woman, and they would stay with that woman. And I mean, men are not really. Men are very weak when it comes to women, and men don't like getting rid of the woman that they love. And I'm just telling you that. I'm just saying that in the case where, let's say if a man is cheating, okay, if a man is cheating and that woman is not going to take that man. I think we talked about that earlier. There's nothing that a woman can do that'll take a man away. A woman can't take a man from a woman that he loves. But I could be in love with a woman and my woman get to cheating on me, and it's a great chance that my woman is going to leave me. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a possibility. I wouldn't say great, but I would say a possibility.
It's a great chance. I'm going to tell you why it's a great chance. It's a great chance because women normally, mind you that I said normally, there's some abnormal shit going on in America today. men wearing dyeing shit all in their dreads. I mean, it's some very dyeing their hair and shit. Some very abnormal shit going on in America.
I agree with you on that.
But normally, a woman wants sexual gratification and satisfaction from one man. Okay? And for when a woman decides to cheat and be with another man, somewhere she feels that she's not being gratified by that man number one. Okay? So she goes out and cheats with man number two. Okay? And she's gratified by man number two. Okay? Man number one ain't getting no pussy now. Excuse my English. Okay? He's not getting no sex now. And by that man being deprived from sex, which is the major reason that he need a woman, because he don't need a woman, like I said, to help him fix his car. He don't need a woman to help him fix the roof of the house. He don't need a woman to do none of the manly things. He need a woman to do women things with him. Okay? Now, this man married to this woman, in a relationship with this woman. She getting her sexual gratification over there. This man is taking care of this woman. He's working. You dig what I'm saying? He's providing food, clothing, and shelter. And because she's getting sexually satisfied somewhere else, 9 times out of 10, she do not want to sleep with her man. Have you ever heard of that scenario before?
Again, I'm a female. I have female friends. And I actually had a female friend be in that situation where
and that's going to cause the relationship to end.
Huh?
I said that's going to cause the relationship to end. Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Well, her main dude was not doing something for her. I just put it that way. I can't remember the exact reason.
He probably wasn't doing fellatio, but anyway. He wasn't
doing something for her. I don't know the exact reason. I don't know if it was attention he wasn't giving her.
And he probably wasn't giving.
Sexual.
He probably wasn't giving a fellatio.
Well, he wasn't giving her a sexual.
No, fellatio is oral sex.
I know. I'm just trying to be more proper than you. I don't know what the reason was, but it was something that she was missing. And the other dude provided her, sexually. And it was like she was living a double life.
Right. So that goes back to what I was saying, to where in that life, when a woman sleeps with another man, 9 times out of 10, that relationship is done. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if man number one finds out. Now,
I think he was busy doing whatever he was doing, and that's why she.
He may have,
what he was doing.
He may have, but what I'm trying to state is that whether we like it or not, whether we want to limit it to my personal experience or my personal research, the reality is that this shit has happened in this earth, what I'm about to say. Okay? I'm going to give you examples that went on in my own very family. Okay? My dad, I have a brother 2 weeks younger than me.
Wow.
Okay? So you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
That means my daddy was juggling 2 women, right?
Yeah, he was getting it in.
Right. Now, my dad, I got a brother about 2 weeks younger than me. Yeah. My mother knew that my dad was sleeping with this woman. And she still kept dealing with him. The other woman knew that my daddy, they may not have liked it. My mother always may have tried to fight her and all this dumb shit, but she did not stop dealing with the man. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you another secret. This shit is generational. Now let's go to my parents' generation. My mother, and this is a secret that the world doesn't know. I probably get a lot of hatred if certain people hear this video. Okay? I don't know whether you're familiar with gospel music. Are you familiar with gospel music?
Of course.
Okay. There's a gospel legend by the name of Thomas Whitfield. That's my uncle. Okay? Thomas Whitfield and my mother are the same age. Why is that? Because my grandfather was juggling 2 women and had 2 children by 2 different women the same year. Okay? My grandmother was married to Thomas Whitfield Sr. Okay? And when he got Mrs. Jacqueline Whitfield pregnant, my grandmother did not leave him. Crazy. Okay? Well, all I'm trying to state is that a woman can deal with a man cheating, a man being with another woman. A man just can't and ain't gonna deal with that. And if he does, that is a weak man. You know, I'm stating that if you would have went out as a woman in a marriage and gotten impregnated by another man, it's a 99.9% chance that your man is going to leave you.
I mean,
okay?
But that's still, you're a grandmother and you're a mother. Me personally, you see what I did with my first husband.
I get that, but what you did does not erase what my people did before probably you was even born. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm stating is that there's evidence on this earth that women can accept their man after cheating. And there's also evidence on this earth that a man ain't going to accept his woman.
Okay.
This is what I'm stating.
Okay.
And this sets up the double standards in dating. Okay? A woman can know that her man is a player. A woman can know that women love her man and are attracted to her man. Okay? You can know that your man have been with many women and not give a damn about that. Okay? You can know that you are in a rotation. You can know that you sleeping with, a woman can sleep with a man that she noticed in another relationship with other women and fix her mind not to give a damn. But I'm here to tell you, let a man know that he's sharing you and you're not going to get that man's love.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So what's
my point is that there's a double standard.
Okay.
There's a double standard that has to be understood. What works for you don't work for the man. What works for the man doesn't work for the woman. And we have to understand and respect each other as two separate genders. Again, I could go out here right now. I ain't bullshitting. I can go out here right now. You know, catch you dressing, looking good at your finest, at your best, and parade you around the city of Detroit. You hear what I'm saying? And if you are that fine like that, you're going to attract other women to me. Trust me, you are. You're going to make other bad women want to be with me. Oh, what's he doing to attract her? Yeah. It happens like that. Now there ain't no man going to want you knowing that you have been slinging pussy to everybody. He'll want to sleep with you, but he's not going to want you as his woman.
Right.
So we have to understand that what the dynamics for a woman and the dynamics for a man are just different, and they have to be played out different.
Okay.
Well, it's okay. You agree.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
I agree on that.
So,
but it's still not all across the board. It's still different, shades here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's still shades here and there. But my whole thing is, how do we get to a point where we can work together and hear each other out?
I'm going to tell you what I believe that this all rests upon.
And keep our relationships intact instead of throwing them away, because I'm just at a point where I don't want to do that no more. But I ain't got no choice sometimes. These men back me into a corner, and it's like, well, damn, how you back me into this impossible corner? What I'm supposed to do with this?
I think that the biggest problem with African Americans is that they have been separated from their culture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they don't know whether we don't know whether we're coming or going. Okay? Because we live in a lie. We live in a life that's not ours.
Right.
We're living a life that is non-beneficial to us. We're living a culture that is foreign to us. And it causes our demise. Our whole dating strategy is based off of that of Europeans. Wouldn't you agree?
A lot of it, yeah.
Even our sexual practices and shit is based off of Europeans. I'm just going to be honest with you. I had an uncle who just passed away last year. Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred died in his early 90s. And I could think back in the 80s. I asked Uncle Fred, how many kids you got? Uncle Fred said, after 36, 37 kids, I stopped counting.
Dang.
Uncle Fred had over 60-something motherfucking kids. He was fucking in his lifetime. You hear me?
Wow.
Uncle Fred was a big freak. Big freak. Uncle Fred was a trick daddy. Uncle Fred, the type of guy, had no game. He'll walk up to a chick with $100 bill, put his name and number on it, and give it to her, say, you need anything, holler at me. You know what that means.
Yeah.
That's how my uncle was. Old man. Keep in mind, he was in his 90s when he died.
Yeah.
He told me that black women wasn't having oral sex like that prior to the 60s. That shit that they learned from white people. You say black men and black women wasn't into oral sex until the 60s. You know, and white women was doing it, and they started taking black men. And then black women started doing it. My point is, even our sexual practices are practices that are adopted from heathenism. In order for us, I think, to create a balance, we got to know ourselves, and we got to get back to basics. A man has to be a man, and a woman just has to be a woman. And the biggest problem is that there's no more real examples of what a real man is and what a real woman is. And basically, it's almost like we living in cross-gender roles, because the women today are way more masculine than most men are. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Because a statement that I made is a reason why my second husband and I feel like divorcing. You know, he feels intimidated by me.
Well, see, that's the problem.
Because I said something like that. I said, I feel like I am more manlier than some of the men that's out here. And he was like, you know, that blew him away. You know,
but you know, and it should. And it
up.
should, because if for two reasons. For one, you're saying that to emasculate me as a man, and two, you saying that as if though that's a good thing. You saying that you are more masculine than a man is as ridiculous as me running around here saying I'm more feminine than any woman. You know, I could cook better than any woman. I can dress better than any woman. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That shit is not good. You may think it sounds good. It only sounds good to you because you are emasculating a man.
I didn't mean it in that way.
I mean, but that's what it is, though. You understand what I'm saying?
I just meant it as far as these men are not being men, and it caused me to become a single mom and have to do wrongs.
That's right. Let's go back to that biblical scripture. A man shall take a woman, another man shall lie with her. A man shall build a house, but he won't be able to live in it. I mean, it's just like that.
Yeah, and so that's what I meant. Not that I can ever be a man or that I want to be a man. I don't want to be a man. In fact, I love men, And I like the masculine energy, and I would like to submit to one man.
All right.
But because I've been, put in a position where I have to do both roles. Yeah. I don't have a dude to take out my
right.
garbage.
And that's what I was stating about.
To go out and work.
Remember that text. Remember that text where it say a man shall build a house and won't be able to live in it. Because that man is not in the house, because that man is not in the family, any of the masculine things that need to be done, the woman is going to have to do it.
Right. So that's what I was saying. I didn't say that I was necessarily wanting to be him.
Yeah, the society forces this. The society forces the women to be masculine, and they emasculate the men away from their masculinity. One of the ways that America emasculates men is through the black woman. By black women. When I grew up, it was black. I always heard black women. Yeah, excuse me, I'm over here eating on some Arizona green tea fruit snacks. I like them because they got turmeric, spirulina, and elderberries in it, which is good for viruses, aka corona. But I think that, like I say, the women has a very strong role in the gelling of relationships. And what the white man does, he doesn't necessarily emasculate the black man. He used the black woman to do it. And all my life, I've heard women say, a man ain't a man if he ain't got no job. A man ain't a man if he ain't taking care of his kids. A man ain't a man if he don't do this. A man ain't a man if he don't do that. A man ain't a man if he don't do this. The truth of the matter is, the last time I checked, I've never seen a woman ever write any dictionaries. Which means that all words, from Merriam-Webster to Noah Webster, to the Oxford Dictionary, to all of the dictionaries that I've ever read, in all languages, every one of them was written by a man. Which means that a woman does not have the power to define what a man is. And based on the dictionary, all a man is a male that has reached the age of maturity, a grown. That's it. Now, you got different kinds of males. You got smart males, you got dumb males, you got weak males, you got strong males, you got good males, you got bad males. You dig what I'm saying? The fact that a weak man, he's still a fucking man. A gay man is still a fucking man. But women would try to define it to where, oh, he ain't a man, he ain't a man, and he ain't a man. And this type of emasculation teaches man to seek manhood outside of himself and to seek manhood by the validation of females. Or the society, which is wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he needs to seek it within himself.
And what I'm stating is that can't no woman tell me what the fuck a man is and what a man is not, being that she ain't and will never be one.
True. I agree.
And this type of emasculation that the society use amongst black women to emasculate and create this weak black man. And what he does to create this strong masculine woman is just eject the man all the way out the house, period. Oh, you can't, is a man in your house and y'all still doing bad? Oh, you can't get no welfare. There's a man in your house and y'all doing bad? Oh, you can't get no type of help, period. That man has to be gone. The government encourages you to kick that Mickey Ficky man out the house. The government encourages you to get rid of the man and to emasculate the man. Just like the government The government encourages women because when you get rid of the man, now you have to man up. Now you have to become the man. So the government creates the emasculation of the black man, and he creates the masculation of the black woman. Agree or disagree?
True.
All right.
It's all designed for that. It's all designed to keep us in a state of confusion.
That's right.
And a state of battling each other instead of working together. You know, and I never want to be that. I never want to be doing that to my spouse or my king or my boyfriend or whatever he is to me, you know, at that particular time. I don't want to do that. And like I told you in the inbox, I'm all for, you know, our black men being on top. I'm all for our black men having their power. I'm all for our black men being able to walk in their masculine energy. You understand? Because I need that. I need that as a female. You know what I'm saying? And just like a man needs a woman to walk in her feminine energy, it causes balance.
It was something,
you know, it brings forth.
It was something that you said that I come to find out to be true. That a lot of women operate in their masculine energy, but women desire to submit to a man. They admire. A lot of women wish and dream that they can bask in their femininity and that the man be the man.
For real.
And,
I do. I was just talking to my friend. I'm over her house right now. She said, I want to submit to a dude. She said the same thing. I want to submit to a man. But I can't find the right one.
And this is why I say that I shouldn't be looked at as a misogynist, a woman hater, or a female basher, because I'm bashing the men as well. It is the weak men that is responsible for the whole fucking thing. If these men would be strong men, like God created and intended for us to be, none of this stuff would exist in the first place. So I do blame. If I have to blame anybody, I blame the weak man first. But what I'm trying to state is that ever since slavery, they have weakened our men. And there was a time where the black woman has carried out this race. And she did a fine job. And the race didn't start falling until she decided that she didn't want to carry the race on her back anymore.
Well, that's a tall order.
It's a tall order. You know, and that's all I can say. All I can say is the black man in America has been fucked up since the time we got off the slave ship. And he's never given us a break. That white man is giving black women a break. Right now, there's black, I got bosses and shit that's females. That wouldn't have never happened 30 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? And the females that's on my job that is my bosses, every one of them has slept with white men to get in that position. I can't sleep with no white man to get in that position. Or a white woman to get in that position. So this society has always given breaks to the black woman. He has never given a break to the black man. Ever.
But keep in mind, those breaks that he gave to the white woman is still, like you said, with the intent to break that black man.
That's right.
So it's always a catch.
It's always a catch, but
it's always a catch to
but
it.
what I'm saying is that,
and in essence, it might seem like she getting a break.
Do you
know
remember?
what I'm saying?
Do you remember
really,
Emil?
Not.
Do you remember the rapper Emil used to rap with Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Do you remember that song? Can I get a?
Oh no, that's so late. But go ahead.
Do you remember that song? Can I get a what with Jigga and Emil?
Yes.
It was a line that Emil said on that motherfucker song that fucked me up. I have never heard a woman emasculate a man so bad. She say, "Fuck that, how we gonna get around on your bus pass?"
Huh. Well,
you did what I'm saying. When I heard her say, and you know she's an Israelite. You know that, don't you?
I know.
Emil is a hardcore Israelite. That's why she's not rapping anymore.
I know. I know that too. I know. I mean, well, I hear what she's saying though. But I'm the type of chick. But I'm the type of female.
Ain't that emasculating to a man?
That will understand. You know what I'm saying? If I see the potential in him to be great, you know what I'm saying? If he do got a bus pass, I will see that potential. A lot of women won't though. They'll be like, nah, screw that. You know what I'm saying?
I could do that. I
go.
And nothing is exact. Mind you, that nothing is exact. You know, if I say women ain't shit, trust me, I don't mean all women ain't shit.
I just, like I said to you before,
if I say men ain't
according to energy.
Yeah, if I say these niggas ain't shit, trust me, I don't mean every man ain't shit. Because nothing is exact. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I go according to energy, though. Like I said, if his energy, this is how I am. If his energy, and I can see his energy is Team Sunshine, then I'm Team whatever he is. You understand? No matter what he got. A bus pass, a Rolls Royce, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If he team me and his energy is team me, then I'm team him. That's what I look at. You know what I'm saying? I look at where your heart is.
But that goes back to what I was saying, where I can't say that all women are fucked up. All women are not fucked up. You know? But I will say that it is enough fucked up men and women in this society to perpetuate the fuckery.
For real.
It is not enough conscious men and women in this society that is willing to put an end to the madness. And I'm going to tell you what the madness is. Literally fuckery.
Right.
That's the madness. That's the madness. Today, it almost don't even make no sense to get married. It don't. What sense do it make to get married and both of y'all cheating?
Exactly, it don't. I don't even want to try it anymore because this is my second divorce.
What sense do it take to get married and you marry a motherfucker and between one, if not both of y'all, can't stop sleeping with other people? What? Ain't that what y'all supposed to get married for?
Exactly.
So y'all can just be exclusive? Why did you get married? The whole dating, if we don't get this shit together, the whole dating dynamic, the whole relationship dynamic is going to be through. Do you agree with that? Your phone on pause, on mute.
Sorry. It's a lot of background noise, woman. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, I had something had jarred my attention real quick. Yeah, but that's just the crust of it for me. You know, I just think that I don't think that there's no need. What sense is it to get married if my woman is going to be with me, and then while I'm at work, she gonna be sleeping with the man next door and shit? She got a whole what reason is it for me to get married to this woman? Why this woman got a whole secret, private motherfucking life? She got 2 lives. She can't submit to me as her husband, sleeping with another motherfucking man, right? She can't. So what makes the purpose of being married is for exclusivity. It is for me.
Well, some women have issue with submission, though.
I mean, and they shouldn't be married, or they shouldn't even be in a relationship. Those women should be women of the streets. And to be quite honest with you, those women are women of the streets. If you can't submit, how do you look? How do a man look marrying you? Do you know the value that you can get out of a man? I'm talking about the monetary value of a man. If you married a man and he died, do you know how much? And do you know how much of this man's life that you can consume? Y'all don't see that. I'm saying if this was a bum ass,
I see it.
I'm saying if this was a bum ass man,
because I don't even. First of all, I don't even look at a man or a man that I'm desiring because I'm not a whore. I don't look at a man like walking money.
Right, but
I don't want money necessarily from a man. I don't put my vagina out there
I get
for
that,
money.
but what I'm trying, what I am trying to do.
But I respect. Listen, I respect that man. I respect masculine energy. Period. Because I know it's something that I need. I know it's something that balances me out.
That's good.
So as far as value, that's what I'm looking at a man for.
I get that. I get that. But what I'm stating is that all I'm trying to state is that there's people who look at men like they just not shit, like they're worthless. Okay. Because this guy don't have a Benz.
I can understand that too, though.
Okay, hear me. I don't. And let me tell you why I don't. Because you can marry any man. And if that man die, you getting paid for the rest of your motherfucking life. And that's money. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars you going to get off this man's name. And this is a bum man who worked at McDonald's all his life. As long as he worked, you going to get paid for the rest of your life. So you can't be looking at men like they just worthless and just ain't shit. And it's like that with a woman. I was married before, and my ex-wife died. I didn't know this, but the minute she died, and me and her was divorced, okay? But because she didn't marry nobody, and I didn't know that, I could have gotten her pension 15 fucking years ago. So I'm saying that there is value in human beings, male or female, and we need to stop treating each other like we ain't shit. What you're saying. Huh?
I'm just saying I understand why they saying it. I'm not saying that I agree. I don't agree, but I understand. That's all I'm saying. I agree with it.
But I don't understand it because I have a female friend that I talk to often, okay? And I'm trying to get her to understand. We just friends, And I helps her out, with a lot of questions and shit. And, give her relationship counseling and advice and shit. But I try to get her to understand that I never understood why women are looking for the bag when they should be trying to get that man's heart. Because
that's what I be trying to do.
Yeah,
but it don't work like that all the time because some men don't.
He might not want you to have his heart. That's understandable.
Right.
But if you can't get his heart, then you need to go be with somebody that you can. Okay, and that's just the crust of that. But if a man have a woman's heart, if a woman have a man's heart. That man, I don't give a freaking fuck how much money this man makes. If he makes $20,000 a year, it may seem impossible. But if that man love his woman, I know a man right now who barely works. You dig what I'm saying? He's a musician for the church. That's how he gets money. He got a little lawn service and shit. He works for himself, but he ain't banking. You hear what I'm saying? He ain't banking hard at all. This man got his woman wearing all types of jewelry, all types of Gucci, Louis Vuitton. This girl got about 4-5 fucking minks. This man ain't rich like that, but he's providing for his woman because he loves her, the lifestyle that she wants.
Right.
He might not can move her out to the suburbs and in the big house, but that house she living in, he got that motherfucker decked out. The house she live in is paid for. She don't have to pay rent, mortgage, or anything. This broke man has given this woman a high value as life. I try to get understand. You walking around with
Right.
you walking around with minks and shit. That's luxury. That's shit that rich people do, lady. That man really, really cares about you. If you get a man to care about you, he can provide for you the life that you want. You understand what I'm saying? And he would do it simply because he loves you.
Okay.
Okay, excuse me, people. We had a call drop. Sunshine had to call back in. But that being the case, the show is kind of being extended and it's kind of long. And we're going to have to cut this show short. I would like to ask you, Hilda, if you would Huldah, Sunshine, if you'd like to, come back and bless my show again. I enjoy the dialogue, and I do think that, it's important, that a female perspective is heard. I appreciate you coming on. And is there any things that you got going on? I know I seen you, in your fitness thing, and you're doing a very awesome job with that. Is anything out there that you like to tell the world and what you're doing? You got any platforms that you like to address the people to direct the people to, anything that you got going on that you like to tell the people about?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say thank you again for having me.
You got to speak a little louder.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor to be on. And, of course, I would love to come back on your show.
We having a problem. Okay, now I can hear you. Something you doing it now I can hear you.
Okay, no, I said thanks for having me on, and I would love to come back. It was an honor. And yes, I am a fitness trainer. I have an online fitness training where you can work out with me on Zoom. My handles on Facebook is Sunshine with a Y, so that's SUNSHYNE, Huldah, HULDAH, and then Israel, YISRAEL. So that's how you can find me on Facebook. Just send me a message. Also, I have a fitness page on Facebook called Let's Get It, Let's Go Fitness.
I want to ask you some questions about because about your fitness. I want to ask you this because I've seen firsthand the effects and the change within you. Tell the people the changes that fitness and health has done for you. I've seen a 360 change. You've turned into a whole different person.
Yes, because I had 2 children back to back. So, with women, we tend to gain a lot of weight, being pregnant through pregnancies. So, through my multiple pregnancies back to back, I gained like 100 and some pounds. And I currently have gotten myself down 110 pounds.
Wow.
So I released 110 pounds just through working out and modifying my diet.
So what would you say that you were at your biggest, and where are you at now? I
was 272 pounds.
Wow. And where are you at now?
And I got myself down to 162 pounds.
Wow. That is enough weight to make you look like a total. If I saw you at your highest weight, and then something happened to where I happened to bump into you at your lowest weight, I wouldn't have recognized you. Would you believe that?
No. I look like a totally different person. And I am a different person as well on the inside, When I was alive.
Being fit just, it seemed like it should bring the sunshine out.
It's a mental thing first, being fit.
Yeah.
You have to be fit mentally, and that's kind of like goes hand in hand in what we were talking about. You know,
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with it. You know, the men that you have in your life. And I did this in a bad marriage.
Mm.
You know, I got myself together in a bad marriage because I got my mind made up. You know, it's a commitment that you have to make to yourself. You know, that you want to be better and you want to make those improvements.
Okay.
And you have to do that whether the person that's with you or around you supports you or not.
All right. Well, I'm going to end this podcast real quick. And I think we had a technical difficulty when the I think all of the whole first half of the interview is gone.
Oh wow.
Yep, I think so because when I paused it, I think I erased it by mistake. But yeah, but I hope not. I'm going to end the podcast and I'm going to go back and look over the data and see what we have. And then I'm going to send it to you before I get to editing it and see if you're happy with what we recorded. And if it's still good, then I'm going to send it out. But that being the case, this is Yasha Ben Israel signing out for the Yasha Ben Israel Terry Whitfield podcast show. I appreciate every one of you all listening and giving me your attention. I love y'all for that. Like, share, subscribe, follow, and even donate. Yes, we have a platform in which you can donate. Donate to the Yasha Ben Israel show so I can keep giving y'all this good content. That being stated, shalom, shalom.